Riders have spoken. The transit agency is getting a reality check about why people aren't riding BART and what it's going to take to get them back on BART. So it's no secret that BART is in serious financial trouble. The weekday ridership last month was at about 37% of where it was at the same time in 2019. It's been hovering around that level for months, but according to a new survey, you can't entirely blame the shift to remote work. Take a look at this. A new poll from the Bay Area Council. It found 45% of respondents cite safety concerns, fear, cleanliness as reasons for not riding BART. That's compared to just 19% who cited the lack of a commute or working from home. Now, it's even more pronounced for riders who haven't returned to BART or ride less often. In fact, 55% of them cited safety concerns and cleanliness as their main reason. So Devin Feheley has been digging deeper into the survey. He's been riding BART too and talking to riders about the biggest barriers to BART's recovery.
I have seen some concerning things. I've seen a fight before. Sometimes you see people like with open bottles.
Hassan, who asked us just to use his first name, commutes on BART to UC Berkeley, where he's a student. And like nearly half of the people responding to the poll, he says he has witnessed a crime firsthand while on the transit system.
It was actually a homeless person in the same car as me and my friend, and this guy had a hammer. And so once we noticed that he had a hammer, we decided to move to a different car.
The poll conducted by the Bay Area Council, a business-backed advocacy group, paints an unflattering portrait of how BART is perceived by the public. In broad brushstrokes, the answer is unsafe and unclean.
Seeing parents ride with their kids, they're supposed to have a safe trip from point A to point B. And with people sometimes being intoxicated, fights being in BARTs, my concern is high for them.
In a prepared statement, a BART spokesperson says the transit agency has already begun to tackle many of the problems identified in the poll, writing, "We now have an additional 8 to 18 officers patrolling trains per shift. That visible safety presence is making a difference." BART police say arrests are up 40% as a result. But what's not up is ridership. It's plateaued at less than half of pre-pandemic levels, and there is concern that BART and other transit agencies may soon need an infusion of money to stay afloat.
The public wants to see improvements, they want to see efficiencies, they want to see safety, and they want us to be able to provide a better transit experience for them before they're going to agree to put in more money.
Hassan says that BART is still his best option to get to campus, but he would like to see safety and cleanliness become consistent priorities.
Having more BART police, that might help, especially because their presence, I feel, is a deterrent more than anything.
If the fears about a financial cliff actually come to fruition, there are not a lot of good options. BART either has to raise ridership, something so far they have failed to do, or raise revenue. That often means that taxpayers will foot the bill.
Now, some more of the poll's key findings. 90% of people put a high priority on more frequent cleaning. 73% say BART should prioritize adding more uniformed police on trains and in stations. And 79% said BART should remove people violating the code of conduct. The Bay Area Council estimates BART could see up to 300,000 more trips over the work week by making these changes.